10 of the most unscripted and unplanned Royal Rumble moments. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10. Nia Jax's entrance blunder. When it comes to the annual Royal Rumble, fans traditionally expect a big name or even a surprise to enter at the prestigious number 30 slot. When it came to the Women's Rumble in 2023, number 30 was set to be a returning Nia Jax, and WWE's production team messed up in a huge way, resulting in one incredibly awkward, unplanned moment. Before the countdown for the number 30 position had even started, Jax's theme began to play completely out of nowhere. Fans were completely baffled as to what was happening, and even the commentary team were lost for words. Jax would reflect on the moment itself during an interview on Ring the Bella, and according to Jax, she received an apology and found great humor in the situation. "I'm gonna chalk it up. I talked to the person that hit my music. I talked to that person and was super cool. We laughed about it. I was like, are you just so excited that I'm back? He was so sorry and apologized profusely. He's one of the coolest people. I'm just gonna chalk it up to that you're so excited to see me back. He was, when I saw him, we hugged and stuff. You just couldn't help but hit my music. Plus, Nia Jax does her own thing. She doesn't need to wait for a stupid countdown. I've been waiting back that whole time to show up. What am I going to wait for? That 5-second countdown? You get ready when I'm ready." It's great that Jax didn't take the incident too seriously, as accidents can happen even when it comes to WWE's production team. Number 9. Randy Orton's rage. The 2009 Royal Rumble was never supposed to go off the air with Randy Orton seething. However, due to the planned pyro following his win malfunctioning, Orton had to repeat his signature point several times before the pyro went ahead as planned. Orton looked legitimately furious, and it did take away from Orton's win somewhat, as it was obvious that something had just gone wrong. But WWE were quick to act when erasing the mistake from the history books, as it would be heavily edited on subsequent replays of the show. Number 8. Alex Riley's early exit. In 2011, WWE decided to do something new and unique with the Royal Rumble, as it would have 40 men in the match for the first time ever. This Rumble almost fell apart when Alex Riley was accidentally eliminated, as just minutes into the match, Riley would slip and accidentally get eliminated. This caused problems, as Riley was supposed to stay in the match for a considerable amount of time, and he was even reportedly set to eliminate John Cena. WWE quickly improvised, and an already eliminated Riley would distract Cena, only for The Miz, who was on commentary at the time, to enter the match and eliminate Cena himself. WWE's recovery was expertly delivered, as it was hard to know that anything even went wrong in the first place. Number 7. AJ Styles' unfortunate injury. The 2020 Royal Rumble received widespread praise by fans and critics alike, but the match almost went south when AJ Styles suffered an injury in the match, and he was forced to be eliminated much earlier than initially scripted. As a returning Edge entered the match, he proceeded to spear everyone in sight, and when AJ took the move, he over-rotated and landed badly on his shoulder. AJ had dislocated his shoulder, and after calling an audible with some of the names in the match, AJ was thrown out of the match by Edge in a 100% unplanned spot. It was obvious that the elimination was unscripted, as even Carl Anderson looked confused and concerned. Number 6. Stone Cold Steve Austin's unplanned elimination. One of the main aims of the 1996 Royal Rumble was to get Stone Cold over as the ringmaster. Austin was scripted to be within the final 4 men of the match, however, due to an unplanned elimination, Austin's moment was lost forever. This accidental elimination occurred when Fatu charged at Austin with a clothesline with a little too much intensity, and Austin stumbled over the top rope. The commentary team took a few solid seconds to acknowledge the elimination, and it was possible that they were going to try and ignore it and to see if anyone noticed that Austin had been eliminated. Unfortunately, it was more than obvious, and Austin's Rumble debut came to an abrupt end. Austin would discuss the infamous botch on his podcast, and Austin claimed that the future Rikishi was wearing a ton of baby oil. Austin wouldn't let this unplanned Royal Rumble moment define him, however, as he would proceed to win 3 Royal Rumbles throughout his WWE career. Number 5. Kofi Kingston's slip-up. During the 2022 Royal Rumble match, one of the key spots that was supposed to center around yet another heroic save from Kofi Kingston. Kingston was on the ring apron and jumped up to the top rope, and this is when Kevin Owens shoved him off. Kingston went flying down towards the ringside barricade, where he hit his chest first, and unfortunately both feet touched the floor. During an interview with the New York Post, Kingston had this to say on the unplanned incident: "You're bound to mess up, that's just the way things go. There might be a little bit of pressure. Honestly, it can't go worse than last year. It is what it is." Now, it's unclear what other spots Kingston was supposed to perform in the match itself, however, it is believed that he was supposed to be in a match for an interaction with Big E. Number 4. The 2022 Royal Rumble disaster. WWE in 2022 delivered a men's Royal Rumble that was so bad that it led to Shane McMahon being fired from the company. The Rumble from top to bottom was a complete mess, and the issues extended to the backstage area as there were numerous issues, including a significant issue with the WWE production team playing the wrong theme song. This occurred when McMahon was forced to enter the match and enter in early, as the WWE production team accidentally played McMahon's music instead of Randy Orton's. This of course messed up the pacing of the match, and things went from bad to worse when McMahon entered the match, as his performance wasn't exactly stellar. Number 3. The Rock's feet. The Rock's Royal Rumble win in 2000 will always be somewhat tainted, as in an unplanned, unscripted moment, his feet touched the floor before the Big Show's in the final moments of the matchup. Following this unplanned moment, WWE had a clear choice. Either they could ignore the fact that The Rock's feet touched first, or they could turn it into a huge storyline. They chose the latter, and whilst this was a bold choice, it was appreciated that WWE decided to not insult the fans' intelligence. Additionally, it gave The Rock a unique and somewhat heroic arc heading into WrestleMania 16, as well as giving Big Show some much needed character development. Number 2. Brock Lesnar goes off script. During Brock Lesnar's time in WWE, it wasn't uncommon for Lesnar to go off script and deliver unplanned moments. Take for instance the 2023 Royal Rumble, as after Lesnar was eliminated in just over 2 minutes, he was involved in a planned spot which saw him completely snap. Despite some of the action being planned, it was reported that Lesnar throwing part of the announce table wasn't planned, and the same can be said for when Lesnar forced a referee over the barricade. Due to the referee having to sell the unscripted physicality, he missed the end of the match, where he was scripted to be a key part of the finish. Now, it was later reported that Lesnar had backstage heat for going off script in this manner, and in typical Lesnar fashion, he avoided any punishment as he was seen by many as untouchable. And number 1, Cody Rhodes points at Roman Reigns. Now, the start of 2024 was a difficult time to be a fan of Cody Rhodes. Whilst Rhodes won the 2024 Rumble, WWE were beginning to move forward with plans of having the WrestleMania Night 2 main event as Roman Reigns vs. The Rock. Due to the overwhelmingly negative reception to the segment, which saw Rhodes give The Rock his WrestleMania spot, WWE would eventually pivot, but for the American Nightmare, he already knew that he vs. Reigns was the match that fans wanted, and everyone wanted to see him finish the story on the grand stage of Mania. Now, it was later reported that when Rhodes won the 2024 Rumble, he proceeded to go off script and point at Reigns to signal that he was coming for his title. Even Reigns would raise his hand in the air, which led to speculation that Reigns was fully on board with Rhodes vs. Reigns Part 2. But there you have it, folks, 10 of the most unplanned and unscripted WWE Royal Rumble moments. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.